We got it. We're started. I have to actually, like, wow, be a person now. Yay! Oh, babe, stop. That about sums it up. Yeah. Such good friends. Who better for you than yourself? Oh. Why is the internet such a little bitch today? If you insist.
Okay, is it working now?
Can you hear me now?
Okay, I don't know. Is it working now? Chat, tell me if it's working now.
Oh, I think it is working. It's just on a lag. I can see us on this chat window.
Okay. Okay, it's working now. Okay, that'll turn.
Let me mute this. But yeah,
Okay.
appears to be working.
Can you hear Julia as well?
I can hear me on the internet, but I don't know if the other internet people can hear me on the internet.
Okay, gotcha. It's working. Yes, we got it working.
Perfect.
I am the coolest.
Just like you.
Why are only 25 people watching? This is not...
Because a pretty face will only get you so far.
Well, you know
Give them
what?
some content.
Ask anyone, and literally the only reason why I am popular is because people like to masturbate to me, and that is great.
Both flattering and creepy and gross.
Yeah, it's and it's nice. You know, it's nice.
Whatever works.
Yeah, basically. Okay, so actually, I need to send you the link to this because I am not professional. We are going to be looking. Well, we're just basically talking, and so.
But we're fabulously interesting.
Oh, we're so interesting, but let's see. We also have this lovely article called by Everyday Feminism. It is fabulous.
Oh, someone said hi, friend. I don't think they know my name yet. I think we were muted.
Professional. I know I just showed the Skype thing.
You can do it.
Okay. I sent you a link.
We only stab people together.
Yes. We don't stab each other. We only stab other people.
Team building.
My friend's name is Julia. It says it in the description. Yes, she... Okay,
I live in the South.
Yes.
So, you know, it's 90 today.
It was 90 the other day, and it was just gorgeous. Okay, so we're looking at this article. It is called 5 Acts of Resistance That Prove We Don't Need to Wait for Elections to Make Change. And I basically read this, and I got Well, I got relatively angry because it was ridiculous. And so I decided to discuss it. And then also at the same time, we have we have a video that we can discuss. And also we can discuss the WikiLeaks thing. It kind of depends on what happens. Because like I said before, I am extremely professional. Oh, yeah, okay, that's why. Someone else is streaming. And they have like 3,000 people watching them. So that's why no one's watching me. Someone did an impromptu stream and didn't tell me about it.
Well, that's just plain rude.
I know.
Sorry, I'm looking for the article in our chat. And there it is.
Okay.
Such a promising website name, too.
Everyday feminism, I know.
Day feminism.
It's cancer. Basically. Okay. Yeah, everyone is going over to this one guy's channel because he's streaming for some fucking reason. Sorry.
How dare they?
I know. This is professional. I'm gonna keep doing this. Okay.
Yes, I do believe in the moon landing. I'm obsessed with space, and I choose to accept that we've definitely been there. I would like to go there right now.
What? Someone actually asked if you were a flat earther. And yeah.
Well, because science exists and is a thing, not so much. But, you do you, man. I'm not going to tell you what to believe, even if you're wrong.
Yeah, a flat earther also, at the same time, they also asked if you if you believed in the Holocaust.
Sweetheart.
No.
Oh, man.
Okay. So, I'm going to start reading this.
Don't crush my dreams, man. We've been to the moon.
Yeah, I want to go to space.
I want to believe.
I actually was asked once whether or not I wanted to be immortal. And I said, if only so I could go to space, because I really want to go to space. I want to see the stars close up. I just really want to. Not close up, but like closer than you can now.
I feel like you want to be like immortal and indestructible.
Yes. Yeah. It's just a meme. Okay, I'm going to start reading this in a very dramatic voice. Okay.
Good.
I know many of us are counting the days to the midterm elections. I'm with you. These are not normal times. I'm going to reveal a secret that may provide some comfort. A secret many civics teachers will never tell their classes. In fact, I will likely be expelled from the secret order of civics teachers for writing this. Voting is overrated. I don't deny that voting has elected into office folks like Washington Governor Jay Inslee, who led the fight to freeze, for the time being anyway, Trump's discriminatory travel ban on 7 majority Muslim countries that have wreaked far less havoc on American than it says have wreaked far less havoc on Americans than armed toddlers, because armed toddlers, Islamic terrorism, not as bad as armed toddlers. That is the truth, 100%. Why the fuck would you even say that? Why the fuck would that even come? Okay, yeah, let's just go with the thing that is innocuous. Armed toddlers. Okay, accidents happen. Toddlers sometimes, get guns and shit. But let's not focus on Islamic terrorism because, No. That is not. No. I don't deny that voting has elected into office a city council that unanimously cut its ties with Wells Fargo, a relationship worth billions, for, among many reasons, its financing of the Dakota Access Pipeline. Oh, that
Well, just
evil,
sounds
evil
like bad
pipeline.
business sense to me.
Nevertheless, these actions are hardly the norm for our elected officials. It has taken abnormal times to spur such action. Voting alone rarely gets you there. Okay, this is... Okay, I'm trying to get this to go back. Okay,
You can do it. I believe in you.
there we go.
Have faith.
I don't assert this to minimize the struggles of so many marginalized groups to gain voting rights. Keep in mind, though, these voting rights have never been won directly through a vote by the people. Okay, and something about voter suppression, blah, blah, blah. Yes, I agree that voting is important and everyone should have the right to vote. However, when I think of many of the recent wins for social justice that I've been tracking, the vote by the people rarely factors in. So fuck voting. Fuck that. Let's just... Fuck that.
Right, let's just let whoever runs our government run our government, because that's irrelevant, I guess.
Yeah.
Legislation doesn't matter.
Yeah, let's just... Oh, yeah, someone actually mentioned the Healing from Toxic Whiteness. There is a course. It's called Healing from Toxic Whiteness Training.
Please tell me that's not at an accredited university.
No.
Thank God.
Oh, fuck no. Well, I mean, I can't even say it like that because it could be in the future. Could be in the future.
It's been so long since I've seen that so done expression on your face.
It's all the time. People say it's one of their favorite things. Oh, actually, this right here, there is this ad for a video called Biological Sex is a Social Construct. No, trans women are not biologically male. We are going to be watching Riley Dennis. Not that video, but a different video, because Riley Dennis, first of all, has not only blocked me on Twitter, but is the most ridiculous person. Not the most ridiculous person. One of them.
Top category, top tier.
Yeah. Lesbian woman, Riley Dennis. It's ridiculous. Anyways, back to this. Let's see. Okay, actually, we're just going to get to the list. Okay.
You can do it.
Okay, the list. Someone mentioned Steve Shives blocking me. Steve Shives has not blocked me, even though I asked him. I actually asked him in a live stream yesterday if he had multiple hats, what the deal with his hat was, because this guy, he blocks everyone on Twitter except for me, apparently. And he has a hat. He wears it all the time. He also likes chicks with dicks. It's true facts. Anyways.
You do you.
I'll tell you about it later. This
is a private conversation.
Okay, number 1. Those times students won against racist institutions of higher learning. A history of racism directed at black students at the University of Missouri sparked movements across campuses nationwide in the fall of 2015. The outrage that fueled this movement never, to my knowledge, sought an outlet in the form of a ballot. Yeah, all they did was, literally, was seek to just undermine everything, ever, and whine. You know, this one rich kid, literally, this rich, who is a multimillionaire. His family are multimillionaires. He's a trust fund kid. And he was acting like he was being so oppressed. and he went on a hunger strike. And then he made the Jonathan Butler. He went on hunger strike, arguing that President Tim Wolf failed to address the racist culture at Mizzou. A student boycott to support Butler quickly followed. I would have personally just said, okay, fine, starve. I don't give a shit, okay? But he made him like literally resign from his job because, you know, because reasons. Because
just because
fuck everything. Fuck everything. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. And I just love how they always act like, okay, this article right here. What Kristen Stewart taught me about internalized misogyny. That sounds like a doozy. That time, educators drove out racist hate from their schools.
Oh, good.
Despite its progressive reputation, Seattle has long underserved its black students. I'm so worked up I can't even talk. Much like the rest of the nation, Seattle has subjected black students to higher rates of suspension and expulsion than white students for decades. In 2001, the NAACP considered illegal action against the district. And then I don't really have much of a problem with the one. It just seems kind of benign. Ooh, this one. This is so just disconnected or whatever, and but I don't give a shit. This is the first time I've done this in this kind of form. In the last stream I did, I was drunk as fuck. So.
Oh, I remember you told me that.
Yeah, we need to. When we got off the stream and it's not public, I'm going to show you some of the parts.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, we need to Skype and I can go over that because I need to show you, but I don't want to show the public too because.
Never show the public anything embarrassing.
Well, considering the fact that 680 people watched it anyways.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, at least 70 people were watching it at any given time during the night, and I was really drunk.
I support you.
Those times, people with computers chipped away at racism and white nonsense. Much of the segregation we continue to feel today in metropolitan areas is the legacy of government-engineered efforts. Black Americans and other groups of color were barred from houses in the suburbs that appreciated astronomically before they could legally purchase them. Rectifying such practices would require reparations, reparations, of hundreds of thousands of dollars per family. Oh yeah, reparations.com. Let's look at that. Okay, this website. Hi.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I told you I was streaming.
I know, but, did you... what do you want to do for dinner? What time are you going to
I don't know.
Okay, well, I'll figure out.
Okay. That was professional. My sister just interrupted me.
Happens, man.
Woo! But this website, it's called reparations.me. It is, it's giving reparations for slavery. It's guilty white people. Guilty white people all around. It's these people who probably don't even have any ancestors. Any ancestors who had slaves. But they feel guilty because, you know.
Because they should, obviously.
Exactly. All white people
Because
are
they're horrible
judges.
people.
All white people are racist, and and it's just that's the, it's the truth. Because fuck making sense. Okay, but back to this.
Fun article.
Yeah, she started reparations, not me, and it is a fun website. People literally, you just all you do is you go on there and you request reparations or I don't even know. It's
Well, I'm trying to look at this with you, but my poor computer just cannot handle this much internet.
yeah. Yeah. Okay, this article right here is actually getting me down. Do you want to move on to the video?
Oh, yes. Let's watch that video. Have you talked about this video? Has everyone seen this already?
Most people probably have seen this video because a lot of people like to talk about Riley Dennis. Riley Dennis is the most is just actually, yeah, Riley Dennis. I had her already on my channel when she did a video called "Not All Opinions Are Valid." But this is this one. Are you in the rabbit?
It's no secret that Trump hates the media.
Let me... It's trying to load.
Okay.
Let's find out.
No, we are not. This person just again recommended The Greatest Story Never Told. The Greatest Story Never Told being the other side of the story of the Holocaust. It's Hitler's side.
I feel so out of the loop, and I feel like I'm okay with that right now.
It's Hitler's side of the story.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's 6 hours long. It's a 6 hour long documentary, okay? It's a 6 hour long documentary. I'm not watching it, ever.
You don't want to waste that many hours of your life? Hey, I watched The Lobster. That was 2 hours I'll never get back.
Yeah, but no, I am not watching. Of course I don't get the memes. It was just a meme. The Holocaust, all of it was just a meme.
Man, I do
Hitler
not...
was just ahead of his time. He memed so hard. I'll tell you all about this stuff.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
Are you in the room
I
now?
cannot figure out how to log into the Rabbit anymore.
You can just, I think you can just, like, go on there as a guest.
Alright. Chat room.
Of course, I know this is really professional. I'm trying to fix this so that it looks a little better.
My fault, guys. I know nothing. What's the link to it again?
Rabbit, here.
Oh, message me on Facebook.
Okay.
Just send it over there. Wow, I'm so good at the internet. Sorry, guys.
Okay. Okay. Riley Dennis is still indescribable. What can I tell you about Riley Dennis? I once made a video about how you should change your preferences. If you are a gay man and you don't like vagina, that's transphobic. If you are a gay woman and you don't want penis, like Riley Dennis is, she's a lesbian, but has a penis, and you're also transphobic. So that's all bigoted. If you don't want fat chicks, you're bigoted. If you don't want black guys, you are racist. But if you don't want white guys or white girls, that's not bad at all, because they deserve it. White devil deserves it, probably.
Or you could just, stay out of people's business.
Yeah, but your preferences should fuck you if you have preferences. Because they're all bigoted. You can change them. But of course, if you're gay, that you're born with that. But you can't also not like vagina if you're a gay man. Doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. It makes 0 sense. It makes no sense. But anyways, this is a fun video.
It's no secret that Trump hates the media. In February alone, he's tweeted disparaging things about them about 20 times. He's made his feelings about the media very clear. Everything is fake news except information that comes directly from him or Fox News. His supporters, of course, love this. They rally behind him, yelling fake news and believing anything he tells them. That would almost be funny if it wasn't terrifying. It would be funny if he was just Donald Trump reality TV star, but now that he's the president, it's just the casual degradation of our First Amendment rights. Oddly enough, Trump supporters tend to claim to be huge supporters of the First Amendment. They often call themselves free speech advocates and cry when someone blocks them on Twitter or doesn't pay them to speak at their university. And while I don't believe for a second that they actually understand what free speech means in regards to the First Amendment,
They don't actually understand what it means in regards to the First Amendment.
And here we see our local free speech First Amendment enthusiast melting down in laughter.
My book is over there. I could get it. Yeah, this is it. Once again, this is the most professional stream you've ever seen. I got my book here. It's my book. Just in case I need it. I just need it on handy. Just in case.
On handy.
they seem to have an even tougher time understanding the free press part of the First Amendment. Here's what the First Amendment says.
Oh, you Googled it. You Googled it. Oh, sweetie, I think I know a little bit more than you about the First Amendment and also the free press part. Because I know I don't like to use the whole like academic thing or the I know more because I've taken college classes about this thing, but also I know more
because I've closely studied and examined this thing.
Yes, I know the history of the First Amendment. They want me to put my book on my head. I don't. Why?
They want to see if they can make you. Don't let them win.
Okay.
Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble, and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. Now obviously, this doesn't say anything about individuals blocking other individuals on Twitter, or universities deciding that they don't want to pay bigots to speak on their campuses. But what
No. Okay. Here you go. If it's a private university, fine. You can block someone from speaking. But if you've already promised, if someone requests and you've already promised that they're going to speak and then you cancel it, like Milo Yiannopoulos in Berkeley, they had already planned it, they had already approved it, and then there was a riot, and sometimes they cancel these things simply because of the views of the individual. That is unconstitutional. It's been ruled so in multiple different cases, specifically in Papish versus University of Missouri, our old friends, University of Missouri, and how they they were discriminating against a certain student who was doing a student publication. It really doesn't make isn't specifically pertinent in this instance, but they did say in there that the universities are not enclaves immune from the sweep of the First Amendment. So, no, okay? If it's a public university, they have to. They fucking have to. Bigots, fuck you.
Does say is that Congress can't make a law abridging the freedom of the press. So far under Trump, Congress hasn't done that, but with a president who actually calls the press the enemy of the people, it's not too far-fetched to imagine that they would. In fact, Trump has said that the media never will represent the people, and we're gonna do something about it. If that's not an ominous threat to stifle the freedom of the press, I don't know what is. In general, the United States is relatively good at having a free press and transparent government, according to Reporters Without Borders, but it's not perfect. In the past, when people have leaked government secrets, they've been punished for it, and Trump has made it clear that he won't be making.
Okay, well, I am on the side of people who leak these things because they were very important. Of course they are punished because they did leak secrets. I think that there should be leniency, but of course they're punished. See, there's a reason why Finland is number 1 on the Reporters Without Borders list, Press Freedom Index. Because, guess what? Nothing happens in Finland. Shocker.
If there's no controversy, then what are you blocking?
Exactly. Nothing ever happens in Finland. Nothing of note, okay? In all of those countries, the top 10 of those, because it's number 41, because America is number 41, specifically for the laws that require the some journalists to divulge the name of their sources in certain situations. But of course, in Europe, there are hate speech laws. And so that's basically, yeah. I don't trust a French organization to figure out which publications or which countries are good on press freedom. Because it's fucking France. France, okay? You're trusting the French. They don't allow anything in not French, okay? Everything there, and everything having to do anything with France, has to be in French. Because French people are pretentious. And so I'm not going to trust them. I'm not going to trust them to rate my press freedom. Because fuck you. You're French. Fuck the French. Okay, I'm sorry if I have any French subscribers. Did I just offend you? Of course, you're easily offended. You're French. I know I have some subscribers. I know I have some.
And she takes the apology back.
I do have a few subscribers in Europe. Okay.
Wow.
Things any better in that department. In fact,
What?
I feel very strongly about the French in this chat.
Well, Finland, someone else mentioned, sorry, oops. Finland, actually, I did make a video. It was a fun video about a Finnish ad. It was just, joking. I got, Finland was mad at me. I got, 3,000 views from Finland. Most dislikes. People were like, Finland is number 1 on Press Freedom Index. Stop being such an awful person. And I'm like, what? You're so sexy.
Damn. Play the video.
Okay.
Could be cracking down even harder on them. His administration has already been taking whatever steps it can to impede the free press. At a briefing on February 24th, Trump barred prominent news organizations like the BBC, Politico, CNN, the New York Times, Los Angeles Times, and BuzzFeed News, even though he allowed in Fox.
I'm sorry.
Like the BBC, Politico, CNN, the New York Times, Los Angeles Times, and BuzzFeed News.
BuzzFeed News.
Include BuzzFeed in that list?
BuzzFeed.
Oh my God.
BuzzFeed is included with with BBC, CNN, Politico, the New York Times, LA Times, and BuzzFeed is included on that list because BuzzFeed News, because because the Russian pissing story was definitely news. You remember the story where Trump paid Russian prostitutes to pee on the bed that Obama slept in once?
That seems plausible.
BuzzFeed reported on that, and it was found to be fake. So they are
No, really? What?
BuzzFeed.
Shocked and appalled to my very core.
I know. BuzzFeed did something fake. BuzzFeed. We should probably at some point in time. I've actually planned to look at some BuzzFeed quizzes because I have no standards for my content. And BuzzFeed seems like a great thing to do content about, but let's get on with the video.
Even though he allowed in Fox News and Breitbart. That may not be Congress impeding the freedom of the press, but it's definitely the White House picking and choosing news organizations that will look favorably upon it. Which is funny, since back in December, Sean Spicer, Trump's press secretary, said that barring certain media outlets would be something that a dictator would do. And really, he's not wrong. John McCain has made that comparison. Even George W. Bush has said that we have to protect the free press. Things have gotten so bad that even Shepard Smith from Fox News has had to defend CNN. I don't think it's a partisan issue to say that Trump is
Okay, the reason why there are a lot of journalists defending CNN is because journalists stick together. I completely understand it from a future journalist point of view, but it is
You're part of the crew.
Yeah. But honestly, if a certain news organization is fucking up, which CNN has definitely been fucking up, it's
attacking our freedom of the press, and that we have to defend that. Because the way Trump discusses the media is very dictatorial. Hitler's Nazi regime used the term Lügenpresse.
You bring up the Nazis. Brought up the Nazis. You gotta bring up the Nazis.
Well, they always bring up the Nazis.
Everyone always brings up the Nazis. Okay. Yeah. It's my sister again. Fuck professionalism. But, they always bring up the Nazis. But the thing is that this is not the same. It's not dictatorial. It's not Hitler-esque or even Stalin-esque. Remember that? Remember Stalin? Remember the communists? They actually invented modern propaganda as we know it. Of course, they took it from the Catholics, who were basically they were very good at propaganda. Did you know that the Catholic Church has had some controversies in the past centuries? So they're good at hiding them. So actually, the Catholic Church did invent propaganda. And then the Russians, Lenin and Trotsky, took it and started using that. And then the Nazis were like, well, okay. The Soviet Union started propaganda. The Nazis perfected it. Goebbels, man, fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. He's a bad guy.
Or lying press to discredit any media organizations that criticize them. Even today, many countries highly censor their media and only disseminate information through official government channels, and that's exactly what Trump is heading towards. He's insulting and discrediting the mainstream.
No. Okay? If Trump set up, and by set up I mean extended, the Voice of America, which is the official, it's only for international news, but if they decided to go for a national news thing, if they decided to give the news to America instead of other countries, then said no other media is available, that would be what a dictator does. Remember, you know RT, Russia Today? That is their state news source. They can't read any other news source. Americans can read other news sources. Americans are not forced to read Fox News just because President...
Read whatever we want. It's
Yes,
America.
exactly. Yeah, it's America. It's America. He's not heading towards that. What is that about?
Because everyone you
Media,
don't like
which,
is
by the way,
Everyone you don't like is Hitler. It's true.
a guide to arguments on the internet.
Yeah. Yep. That's true. Germany did not save Europe from communism because communism also swept Europe. Do you remember after World War II when Eastern Europe was dissolved into the Soviet bloc? I mean, yes, Western Europe, of course, was saved, but Eastern Europe also was not. So you're like taking half of it.
is the free press, and he's saying that people can only get valid information directly from him. Now, that would be a messed up thing for any leader to say, but it's particularly concerning when this leader has such a problem with lying. Trump still can't admit that his inauguration crowd was tiny, even though we have photographic proof, and he keeps claiming that he had a landslide victory in the Electoral College.
He has inferiority problems, okay? He thinks he needs to brag on himself. Despite the fact that he's already president, it's
just never enough for some people.
it's just, yeah.
None of that seems terribly malicious to me. Like, call me crazy, but...
Crazy. This person mentioned that Hitler is the new McCarthyism, and yes, that is true, because calling someone a Nazi, calling someone a neo-Nazi, or whatever, white nationalist, it's the new way of being McCarthyist. It's basically the new communist label from back when McCarthy was having his fun reign. That it's a good way to discredit people, even though it barely has been working. It's starting to not work anymore. But that is basically...
Even though he objectively did not. As recently as his February 16th press conference, he said that he won with 306 electoral votes and that it was the largest win since Ronald Reagan. Except that he got 304 electoral votes and Obama got more electoral votes than him in 2008 and 2012. Even just for Republicans, George H. Bush got more electoral votes than him in 1988. His electoral college victory ranks 46th out of 58 elections, which is nowhere near a historic landslide. How are we supposed to trust this president and believe only his information when he regularly lies about basic facts? We need the media to be able to call out these blatant lies because Trump clearly isn't going to fact check himself. On February 12th, the senior White House...
So he was off by 2 and his history is a little shaky. That makes him Satan, right?
Yep, that makes him a liar, it makes him Hitler. Makes him basically the devil, but worse.
Seems reasonable.
You couldn't read this because it was backwards, but it says misconceptions about Islam. It's a pamphlet I got. It's a fun pamphlet.
It's a fun pamphlet.
It's a really fun pamphlet. We can read it a little later. Okay, but back to this bitch or dick, whichever you decide to call him / her / them.
House Policy Advisor Stephen Miller said that the president will not be questioned. If you just listen to the...
Yeah, okay, yeah, he will not be questioned. I'm sorry, this guy works for the White House. That's his job, okay? Him saying shit like that, okay? It doesn't mean you're not gonna question it. For fuck's sake. What do you literally listen to everything the president... Did you literally listen to everything Obama said? Okay, of course you did. Everything that came out of Obama's mouth was gospel, but the fact that it's Trump now, you have to doubt him. Despite the fact that you should have doubted Trump just as much as... Or you should have doubted Obama just as much as you doubted Trump. Because,
because only the people that agree with you are right.
Yeah.
a clip of him saying it, it sounds like what you'd expect a dictator to say. Trump then went on Twitter to praise Miller. But the whole point of a free press is to question everything, including the president. The president will not be questioned is the move of a fascist dictator who doesn't care about the freedom of the press. We need to be concerned about this, and if you cared at all about the First Amendment, you'd be supporting news organizations that stand up to Trump, not...
No.
So you have to support confrontational styles of reporting to support free speech?
Yeah, apparently so. You have to support the legacy media, the traditional media, because, you know, you can only go through certain channels. Because, you know, the fact of the matter is that probably with my YouTube channel, I might not be able to get a job at any of these legacy media places, because they will look at me, look at my YouTube channel, look at my history, and say, oh no, you're not the kind of person we want. So that's the thing, is that really honestly, their incentive is money. Always. It will always be money. But second to that comes, well, actually, no. At this point, I don't even know if it's money. I don't even know what their incentive is anymore, because they're not making money. Well, they are making money, but they're not making as much money as they used to. They're moving. They're actually, it's funny because you can see it, but U.S. press is moving towards a very literary kind of turn, which is basically what Latin America used to do, which is more editorial, less objective. Actually, Europe apparently had that as well. So that they used to and actually American media did influence them for a very long time, that, you know, to be more objective, to be less editorial and all that stuff. But yeah, we decided to swap it, because fuck facts, you know. It makes me so sad. It makes me so sad, because I see this thing that I have so much respect for, the media and the truth, be thrown out the window.
I'm not calling them fake news, but hey, getting blocked on Twitter by some SJW is probably the real threat to our democracy, right? Thanks for watching this episode of Politics with Riley. I'll see you next time.
When has anyone ever said that ever? That getting blocked on Twitter by hysterical people is the threat to democracy.
I think the fact
it's Twitter.
Yeah. Really? Riley. What video? Yeah, I'm looking up. I can't see this. Ooh, we can watch this one. I already did a video on this one, but this one's fun.
There are people living today in 2016 who honestly believe that the Earth is flat. Now the thing is, those people are allowed to have that opinion. You're allowed to have whatever opinion you want. But that doesn't mean that that opinion is valid or that it should be a part of our modern discourse. Because I think we can all accept, or at least most of us, that the Earth is not flat. The Earth is round. We live in a solar system. We orbit around the sun. And these are just basic facts that we have to accept because we know them to be true, because there's a lot of scientific evidence. But like with most things, it's a theory. It's a very well accepted theory, but it's a theory nonetheless, like the theory of gravity, which I think we all pretty much accept as fact at this point, but it's still a theory. But flat earthers have their own theory, and they have
there's a difference between theory, like a scientific theory, and like
say, the standard for something in science to be deemed a theory.
Yeah, it's called the theory of gravity.
And the colloquial definition,
yeah,
very different.
But there's, yeah, exactly. Say intersectional theory is not the same as the theory of gravity. There's also laws of gravity as well. So it's not just a theory.
own ways of explaining away our scientific evidence to suit their agenda. The reason I bring this up is because I think it's a really obvious example that we can all think about and conceptualize. Like, we all know that the Earth is round, and we can all laugh about how ridiculous it is that there's still a group of people that believe the Earth is flat. So I think we would also agree that it would be very ridiculous to have a debate in today's day and age with a round earther and a flat earther, and to have them present their evidence and like make an argument for it and make a big spectacle out of it. That would be false.
If two people want to debate, if someone wants to debate with an flat earther, okay, and get science-y facts, then they can, okay? You can't stop them from doing that. Why would you want to? Okay, it'd be so hilarious to watch a flat earther be demolished by someone who actually has facts in science, okay? If they want to, do it, okay? If they want to do it, you can do it. Go!
Balance. That would be pretending that these two sides have equal weight and we have to talk about both if we're going to talk about one. And I think there are a lot of people who, in totally different situations, will say that there should always be a compromise, that you can always be in the center of something and find a common ground between people. But there's no common ground between people who believe the Earth is round and people who believe the Earth is flat. There's no compromise where the Earth is like a puffy pancake that's like in between being round and flat. You can't have these two people come together and argue and try to reach some sort of compromise where they can agree that both of them have valid points, because one of them has valid points and scientific evidence and the other does not. They just made it up. And this applies.
I could say the same thing about your non-binary gender. By the way, Riley Dennis is a non-binary demigirl. What the fuck is that? I don't even know what the fuck that is. I don't even know what that is, okay? I don't know. You know, I don't want to be disrespectful, okay? I want to be a nice person. But, you're gonna say... No.
Surprise, surprise, to a lot of other stuff going on in our world, socially and politically. Let's take climate change, for example. There is a ton of scientific evidence for climate change, and yet there are still people who deny it, and we're supposed to treat them like they have a valid argument, but they don't, because the science is in, and we know that climate change is happening, and that it's caused by humans. So if someone says that climate...
Okay. But that doesn't mean that they can't be convinced that it is happening with, you know, showing them science.
Point seems to be that if enough people believe in the proof of one thing, it's okay to just ridicule and completely dismiss anyone who believes otherwise, even if they are wrong. So by that logic, you can justify steamrolling over anyone's opinion if you can find a high enough proportion of people to loudly agree with you. And just say, well, most people agree with me, so you're an idiot. How does that modern discourse just sounds obnoxious?
Change is not happening and humans are definitely not causing it.
Someone just asked if I was wearing pants. I am not wearing pants. I don't wear pants. Who wears pants? Okay, this is not... I don't live in a place where it's really cold. It was 70 degrees today. I'm not wearing pants.
I love how many years you spent being vehemently opposed to the concept of pants. Like, just some things are just consistent, never change.
I'm still adamantly against pants.
Goal.
That is my number one issue. Pants. Anti-pants.
You gotta maintain your values.
Yeah, I think that no one should wear pants.
Start a petition. Run for office. Tell everyone that they're wrong.
Exactly.
Because they don't agree with you.
Exactly. Okay, I'm gonna get enough people to agree with me, and then I'm gonna say it's scientific fact that you should not wear pants.
We can't even debate this.
Yeah.
Because you're just wrong.
No pants. I'm running on no pants platform.
I support you. You got my vote.
Kilts. Someone said, what should men wear then? Kilts. They're man skirts, okay?
What are you gonna do?
Exactly. I mean, it's just I've got an answer for everything. An answer for everything.
Have a valid opinion. They're just wrong. There's no compromise between it is and isn't happening. It's happening, and we have to do something about it. And it's a very damaging opinion to just deny facts and deny that climate change is real. There's also vaccinations. Like, vaccinations are a very good...
Someone just asked, what about pineapple on pizza? Pineapple on pizza is great. Do not come at me with that. Do not come at me with that debate, because it's over, okay? I showed you.
We can switch right over to this discourse if you want.
I showed the scientific evidence, okay? I have a board. It's over there, but I have a board, and it shows the science. It is settled. And I keep doing this. It's my fist on my hand. Very settled. It's like my gavel. Settled. It's done. Nothing. No more...
Can't argue with that.
You can't argue with it, okay? Science. Science. You're anti-science, okay? Science.
Good thing that do not cause autism and that help people stay healthy. Anti-vaxxers do not get a say here because they are wrong. They make claims that are based on false evidence. There's no like, oh, maybe we should kind of look into vaccines. No, they're just wrong. They do not cause autism. There are not problems with them. They make us healthier. They save a lot of people. Vaccines are good. End of story. And of course, there are always going to be topics where both sides have good points and where we do need to find compromise. But there's a lot of situations where that's not happening, and we pretend like it's happening. And I feel like that especially happens in politics. Like, people who consider themselves politically in the center feel like they're right just because they're in the center. They see themselves as the compromise of the left and the right. They see themselves as taking the good from the left and the good from the right and rejecting the bad from the left and the bad from the right, and they are the perfect compromise. But that's just not how it works. Like, being in the middle of two arbitrary points doesn't automatically make you right. The compromise is not always a good thing. On one side, we have people saying that LGBT plus people deserve respect, should be treated equally under the law, and should be protected from discrimination. And on the other side, we have people saying that LGBT plus people should be denied their basic human rights and not be treated equally under the law. These are not equal stances. We do not get to find compromise between those. When we're talking about our humanity and our rights, we have a right to fight for those in their entirety, not in pieces as we compromise. There is no compromising on our basic human rights. And I know we're always talking about how divided we've become as a country and how partisan, but I don't think the answer is reaching across the aisle and shaking hands with a Nazi. Because that...
Everyone who's a Republican is a Nazi. Everyone. You can't shake hands with them Nazis.
I can't even argue at this point. It's just like... It's like arguing with someone who thinks the earth is flat. I don't agree with you, so I'm just gonna ignore your opinion, actually.
I need to show you, okay. Oopsies. I will show you another person, not Riley Dennis. We're just gonna ignore, we're just gonna abandon this one. But this... I don't know how to... This is on my other computer. So I'm just trying
Privileged white girl with your multiple monitors.
Okay, no, okay, so how do I do this? Can I just... No, I don't... I'm looking for a good video to show her of this train wreck, and you know who... Everyone knows now what I'm looking for. Except for her.
A train wreck?
It's a... Well, he is... he is, fun. How do I get to this? How do I get to... Fuck me. God damn it. Okay. We're just going to keep watching this. And
That's exactly what this new administration is being filled with. Trump's cabinet is already full of white nationalists. These are people who are openly misogynistic and anti-Semitic, and they use the term alt-right to make them sound like some sort of kooky, quirky, new age right-wing group. There's a reason the KKK is in the streets parading and celebrating Trump's victory. It's because his ideology lines up with the ideology of the KKK. The alt-right people he surrounds himself with are modern-day neo-Nazis. So I don't think that's a thing we should compromise with. I don't think we should compromise with white nationalists and Nazis. But I've already made a whole video about how we shouldn't normalize Trump's white nationalism, so let's go back to talking about other things. I just can't get my mind off the election and all of that, you know. So there's a lot of other areas where we could talk about false balance and compromise and stuff, but I've been running into this a lot lately with my own channel. Because people tweet me or comment on my videos or something saying, you won't debate this idea, it's because you're afraid you're gonna lose. That's not how that works. That's not a logical conclusion to come to when someone doesn't want to debate you. There's like 1.5 million reasons someone might not want to debate you, but one of those might be you just don't have a valid viewpoint and you're not worthy of being debated. You are the flat earther of whatever your topic is. Like, there are people to this day who don't believe that homosexuality is real. They just don't think you can be gay. And I don't think we should give those people a debate. There's so many resources out there. That debate has been had. We recognize that being gay is a real thing. I'm not going to waste my time debating someone like that. And the same thing goes for transgender issues. Like, if someone just doesn't believe that being trans is a real thing, there's probably nothing I could say at this point to convince them, and a debate would just be pointless. You know, like, there's no point in having a debate with someone who's rejected all logic and reason. There's no reason for me to debate a flat earther because I'm never going to convince them. No matter what evidence I have, I won't convince them that I'm right and they're wrong. And it's the same thing with people who don't believe that being transgender is real. No matter what I say, no matter what evidence I present, they're going to be in their opinion. They just want someone to yell about it to. And I don't have to be that platform for ignorant people to yell their ignorant things. Of course, I think it's important to educate people. And if I feel like someone is genuinely asking questions and genuinely wants to know something, I don't have a problem talking and like explaining things. But when it's someone who clearly has an agenda and all they want to do is yell about how you're wrong and they're not actually going to listen to you, then there's no point in having a debate. And again, there's no compromise between people who think that being transgender is real and people who don't. It's not like we can be kind of real, we just are. And yes, those people need to be educated, but if they refuse to be educated, there's nothing you can do about that, and a debate is pointless, and you're not going to find compromise. So, I don't know, this video kind of jumped all over the place, but there was a lot of points in there, and I hope you took notes. I just had a lot of feelings about this recently because it applies.
When I made I made a response video, I made a response video to this one specifically, and when they said, I hope you took notes, I just wrote down on a notepad, you are stupid. That was my notes.
I have so many issues with that, but the biggest one right now is, how do you know someone's refusing to be educated if you refuse to engage with them about a topic because you've already decided that they're obstinate?
Yeah. Yep.
How are you changing anything if you just refuse to even talk about it? I don't know. Makes no sense to me.
I know. Oh, I can just go to this now. Okay. Okay, I've actually, chat. Who do you want me to look at right now? 1 for Michael Rollins, 2 for Tim Blake, because that's the 2 that I'm thinking of right now, okay? 1 for Michael Rollins, 2 for Tim Blake. Just tell me. I don't want to show her Milo Stewart because that would break her.
You gotta, like, start me off.
Yep. Okay, the ones have it. We got it. Okay. Now, which video should I... Oh, actually, that's me! This is me! I did a video about Michael Rollins. He actually brought it up. See, the best thing is that this guy, he considers us. Don't stop it! Stop it! I will take it away. I'll take away your wrench. Stop it! I just spit all over myself. I will take it. No.
That's her serious voice.
I am taking your mod away. You know what? There. Got it. I put you in a timeout. Think about what you've done. Okay. Anyways.
Sit in your corner.
This guy considers us friends. Because I talk to him sometimes on Twitter.
Hi. So, I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, you can already tell. We'll just watch this one. Because, why not? Okay.
Man, I wish I made popcorn.
I know. This guy considers us friends, despite the fact that I've made one video about him and then kind of half of another one. Because he doesn't watch the videos about him. So he hasn't seen the fact that I've made fun of his mustache a bunch of times. I've called him a rapist.
I've never been more proud.
And so he doesn't watch any of the videos about him or anything about him. So he still thinks that I'm a nice person. Yeah, I fooled him.
Based solely off your Twitter conversations, are those less confrontational than your opinions of him?
Anyways, let's watch this guy. First of all, he's a ginger. He's also from New Zealand.
I'm sure you had some fun with that.
Hi. So, I don't understand why people have a problem with the idea of multiple genders or sexes. Firstly, it confuses me as an appreciator of science. Back in the day when I used to argue all the time with creationists online, it always used to baffle me the ridiculous amount of black and white thinking that these people would employ. But science shows us that the universe is not a black and white place. It's a crazy, diverse place full of strange and wonderful things that don't always conform to neat little boxes. That's why, for example, the Tree of Life is so complicated and continues to get more complicated the more we discover about the world. The deeper we look into the philology of these things, the deeper we go, the more we see that the world doesn't fit into tiny, neat little boxes. So why is it then that people have such a hard time accepting that maybe, just maybe, our ideas about gender and sex aren't perfect? That maybe our simplistic binary view of something as complicated as personal identity might not be as cut and dry as we think it is.
This one's boring. But that's just a little sample of this cuck.
Honestly, just the fact that this guy believes that you two are on good terms and friends is hilariously entertaining to me.
I don't know how I did it. I don't know how I did it.
People want to believe that you love them. Like, this has been a phenomenon for the ages.
You need a website.
No,
Why
stop
not do
it.
it yourself? With Wix, you can create your own professional website.
Hello, friends and haters alike. It's me, your best frenemy, Michael Rollins. So I've been away from things for a little while, and I haven't really had a chance to chime in on a lot of stuff. I missed a few things, and so I thought I'd weigh in on a couple of
Look at him.
things
Look
that
at
I
that
may
fucking
not
hat.
have weighed in on.
Just look at his hat.
I respect his right to make a choice that terrible, but I don't like it.
Yet. One of those things being Nazi punching. So, Nazi punching, hilarious. We'll always find it hilarious, especially when the Nazi punch, like, knocks all of his sonic rings out.
Some kind of assembly.
See, it's pretty fucking hilarious, right?
Do you remember? Okay, you know who Richard Spencer is?
I don't think so.
He's a white
Okay.
nationalist.
Oh.
He's not a very nice person. I don't like him, obviously. But he was punched, and I disagree with violence.
I disagree with one-sided violence.
Yes.
Let's get this guy to agree to fight it out in the octagon. Can't punch him in the street. It's rude.
Yes. Apparently this guy is very... the guy who did punch him was into some weird fetishes.
It's just like the old days when we used to play Mega Drive, except it's Nazis rather than, you know, weird robots with animals inside them. Some of the main objections I've heard to this is that I am promoting or celebrating violence against people just because they have different beliefs or political opinions to me, which is kind of true, but it's the just part that's pretty fucked up. Nazis don't just hold a different belief or political opinion. They are actively promoting the idea that certain people are superior for virtue of nothing other than having a different skin color.
Blah, blah, blah.
So you can go and read it. So we all know Nazism is
Blah,
punch rattled him that bad. He isn't in power
blah.
all the fucking time. Richard Spencer is literally a Nazi. He thinks that white Europeans...
Not literally, actually.
Is he aware that Nazi was a political party?
The National Socialists, yeah, but he's that stupid.
But does he? Has anyone told him? I feel like someone should tell him. So he's sounding like that.
Yeah. He doesn't listen. Someone being literally a Nazi is someone who was in the National Socialist Party in Germany in fucking the 1930s and 40s.
Well, if someone refuses to be educated, then there's no point in engaging with them in discussion, Sam.
I love you.
I love you too.
Dominant race, and that they should inhabit America, and all the inferior races should kind of just, go off somewhere else. Probably to have a nice long shower and think about what they've done, which is to be born with more melanin in their skin than Richard Spencer. And there are a bunch of people acting all morally superior because they don't support violence, no matter who it's aimed at. Except for Anita Sarkeesian, that bitch deserves to die. And they tweet about it, and they make videos condemning those who supported the Nazi punch. Yet they're oddly silent when it comes to actual Nazis and their actually abhorrent ideas, and having those ideas validated by the most powerful man in the world. Where are all the videos condemning the actions of Nazis and their abhorrent ideas? Seems a little bit bullshit to me. If you're going to call out people...
Yeah, we had a whole war about this. Remember that? Remember that fuckface? Fuckstash? Remember that one? We had a war about this. It was, it killed a lot of people, okay? We understand that Nazis are bad. We get it, okay? We get it.
That's not, left unclear in the history books. No one's like, but they had... No.
But some people are like, well, I don't know, maybe they're not that bad. No! That's not how it goes. Fuck's sake. Okay, now that we're, let's move on from that, gentleman, and this one. I like this video. This is a funny video. His name is Tim Blake. Also a cuck. Do you know what a cuck is?
Me?
Yes. Do you know what a cuck is?
I'm not hip with your internet slang.
A cuck is a cuckold. As in, you let other men have sex with your wife. It's a generally beta male kind of guy.
Well, now it's just gross and sad.
Oh, Tim's channel is awesome. I'm gonna own a fucking new. Oh, Tim's channel is awesome. Channel is awesome. I'm such a skeptical man.
He did that as a joke.
Yo. Demotivator opinion here.
This is supposed to be sad.
So, as you guys know, I'm kind of a big deal. I'm quite an important YouTube channel, really. I'm one of the most prominent people in the social justice community, and that means a lot of pretenders, a lot of, let's say, weak people want to come after me, and they want to step up to this. They want to try to face this. And it's stupid, because they know they're going to get fucking crushed.
Big deal.
For example, there is a new channel out.
And he is joking, but it's hilarious. Because this is a guy who does videos in his cars sometimes. And you know when someone does videos in their car, they've fallen to the lowest level. But he also had a new job, and he actually he made a video in an empty meeting room in his job, like in the corner, just in the corner of his empty meeting room. He decided to just film a video. He's so cool. He's so cool.
Which is literally the worst channel I've ever seen. I feel embarrassed for him. I feel embarrassed that he's even trying to make a channel because he's so obviously inept in everything that he does. He seems completely inept at making videos. He doesn't know how to edit. His graphics look like somebody shit blood onto a canvas and then rolled around in it. That's how fucking bad it looks.
Sorry.
I aspire to reach his level of just, that was savage.
I think he might actually be spastic or have some kind of mental deficiency that makes him incapable of making graphics that look good. I mean, it's a joke. It's like a fucking Play School Amadeus channel. It looks like a retarded baby could have done a better job. And I think he actually might be retarded because the way he talks is dripping with autism. There's just autism coming out of every fucking syllable, every pore of this guy. And it's disgusting because autistic people deserve to be insulted for no reason, just because he's autistic seeming. And I think he's really disgusting. He's a low individual. You know, like sometimes you meet someone, you're like, this is a low person. There's something low about them. Something unimportant, low, weak. And he's...
I mean, this is supposed to be satire, but he actually does have a big beef with this guy because he once was friends with him and then he betrayed his trust and...
trying to step up to an established YouTube, it's not going to go well for him. He knows he's going to get his face wrecked. He puts out his video like, hey, here's my video. Crush it. Destroy my pathetic loser video of a virgin. And now, I mean, it's a dog-eat-dog world. Don't even try. Because you're too fucking
he's
stupid.
Challenging you,
So,
you got
I mean, that's my general feeling about him. His name is Bearing Cab. Now, for starters, that is the fucking dumbest name I've ever heard for a channel. No one's going to watch that. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about you. Nobody loves you. It's pathetic.
Loser.
Bearing Cab, that sounds like the name of somebody's channel who's bullied as a child, to be perfectly honest. And I bet you've got a lot of bad memories of being bullied, don't you? Like, you were a weak kid growing up. You were a weak boy. You were a weak boy and people used to bully you, didn't they? They bullied you a lot. I can hear it in your... And you probably deserve a little bit more bullying. It's the only way you're going to ever be a man. Not by making videos to far superior channels like mine. Why even bother wasting your life doing that? Why not do something you could actually succeed at? I think it's better if you quit while you're ahead. I don't want to poison the well. And I don't want to be insulting. I just want to focus on his actual point. So let's have a look at this really bad, really fucking, oh my god, really bad response to me. Why did you try? Go get counseling before you make videos based on how fucking weak and stupid you sound. And the response didn't get to me. Like, it had no effect on me. No, like, I didn't care about it at all. I'm really thick-skinned. Like, I don't care about criticism. This is below me. It's beneath me. Doesn't matter to me. I don't care about it.
Sounds like
I
you.
don't care about this video at all. Big deal. So some guy responded. So what? I don't care.
I don't care.
I'm gonna go through it meticulously, but it's not because I care. It's just I just find it funny.
Yeah.
Bearing Cab, and it's my first I'm going to respond to Tim.
This is fucking gay voice.
His attempt to prove to us that deranged, unstable.
Oh, pathetic. And also take a look at his graphics. I told you, man. A retarded baby could have drawn that better, but that's an insult to retarded babies. Oh, God. I mean, if this guy was beaten with tire irons, I'm not saying that would be a good thing, but would anyone really care? Would you really care if this guy got beaten even to death with tire irons by a bunch of people who were stronger than him?
Oh, fuck's sake. He's ridiculous.
I adore him.
He's a troll, okay? He
Sassmaster.
But he's social justice troll. For some reason, he's also still on the social justice side. Oh, geez. Okay. Chat, give me a... Oh, hey, there's Baron Cab. Baron Cab is there. Noob. No, okay. Hey, chat, tell me who I should look at next. Who I should red pillar about next. Because we talk in Matrix terms still. Even though The Matrix is an old movie. And it's a stupid way to talk about things. I'm red pilling you. Just give me an Steve. I've actually never watched any of his videos fully.
How dare you?
Yeah, well, Steve Shives is a cuck. Literally, his wife is probably abusive. You know what? Why not watch this video responding? Because I don't want to look at any of his videos in full, you know. That's just...
Why would you?
That's just... not worth it. It's not playing. God damn it.
Do all ideas deserve a fair hearing?
Trying to save you.
Sure.
Hi, everybody. That was a clip from a personal nightmare I have where everything makes sense and there's nothing to complain about. Terrifying. Thankfully, in reality, everything is still broken.
These are two people that I associate with. One, unfortunately, and one, considering he doesn't like pineapple on pizza, still on the fence about. Oh! Okay, we're gonna watch a little bit of this, and then we're gonna go for something someone actually suggested. This is just a clusterfuck of a live stream. Who doesn't like a clusterfuck? I like clusterfucks. I also like orgies.
I'm a fan. Let's go.
So recently, Bering wrote up an elaborate but ridiculous troll comment about a trans woman who went to a YouTube meetup by an unnamed YouTuber that Steve had talked about before. And the comment details this trans woman being bullied by the people at the meet and the YouTuber himself, and then later being pretty brutally assaulted in a car park, Clockwork Orange style. But the story is peppered with a fuck ton of red flags for anyone, let alone people who understand the general principles that drive this community or whatever it is. Now, the most important point to this was getting Steve to say,
I love me some chicks with dicks.
Seriously, we needed that. But it also turned out to be a pretty clear demonstration of what Steve actually thinks of his ideological opposition.
That's appalling, but sadly not all that surprising. That's the sort of thing that is fostered. That's the attitude that is encouraged by the tone of their videos.
By the tone of our videos, brutally assaulting trans people is encouraged. Well, hey, at least you have the sympathy of a YouTuber like Shoe on Head who does exactly what you're condemning. Because nothing says empathy like jumping at the opportunity to demonize your opposition by insanely misrepresenting them for virtue points. Good job, Shoe. Good job.
I told you she was a feminist.
And I told you this was not that kind of channel. But I mean, she is sort of missing the mark like one.
Male utopia doesn't sound so bad now, does it?
Hey man, you give me an artificial womb and I'll fuck it.
That's not how it works.
Whatever. The point is that Steve...
Honey, after I show you the next thing, I will need to show you Angry MGTOW.
Oh man.
Have you ever heard of MGTOW? MGTOW is men going their own way. They're basically the polar opposite of political lesbianism.
Please show me.
Okay, I'll show you now because I can't.
Show me now.
I can't help myself. I can't. It's just too much.
Enlighten me.
Oh my god, Angry McDowell is a gem. He's also fucking crazy.
Angry MGTOW
No,
here.
I don't want to watch
And
about women are running out of time. His video titles are the best. You've got women will collapse as the welfare state, whatever. You've got you know what? You can just pick any of these videos.
Women have lost their humanity because of feminism.
Oh, where
was that
is
the
that
title
one?
I just saw?
Where is that one? Women have lost their humanity.
And men. Their humanity and their men. That's just a twofer.
Okay. MGTOW are very interesting. They're men going their own way. But they got to do it together. You know, they're going their own way, but they got to have a movement. He makes so many videos. I can't even. Jeez, I can't even see any of this. Okay, I don't think he's done a video on me. Someone said, see if he's done a video on me, but I don't think he has. I'm just gonna put him on this, on my screen, and so that I can see this. Just don't play. Okay, there we go. He's entertaining, okay? He is. He thinks that women are inherently evil.
Good. That's a strong opinion to start with. Let's see where he goes with it.
Yeah, here we go. We'll just watch this one.
Unless
No, sorry. Actually, no, okay. I'm gonna have to... This clusterfuck. This is a very unprofessional stream. I don't care. I will go over to a video of mine where I look at Angry MGTOW, because I did make a video on this.
I expect nothing less.
Exactly. And... there we go. So, nope, stop it. Okay. This is very professional. There we go. Never trust a woman. I know, we're so professional. There we go. Never trust a woman.
Remember when prosthetics weren't mind controlled?
Angry MGTOW here, and never trust a woman. Why do I say never trust a woman? Because a woman will always betray you. A woman will always think of her own needs before yours. A woman is always in it only for herself. Never trust a woman, because a woman is always looking at the exit strategy at the start of the relationship. In fact, before a relationship even begins. Don't trust a woman with your money. Don't trust a woman with your resources.
Resources!
Did you just separate like money and what kind of resources do you think you have? Are you like hoarding some cows in a field somewhere and 50 stacks of firewood? And what resources are you?
Resources.
The water rights?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, exactly. This is it's resources. They always talk about resources.
Your dick is not a resource.
Exactly.
Sure as hell don't trust a woman with your life. Don't trust women. Trust yourself. Trust other men that have proven themselves to you as trustworthy. Some might say, well, you can find women that are trustworthy if they prove themselves, but that's not true. Women are chameleons. They will play a role until the right moment, and then they strike. They will build up your trust and then stab you in the back at any given time. You have to understand the true nature of women, female nature. Women are always looking out for themselves. And I believe Traversable MGTOW is the one who said this very well. Wherever the wind blows, her emotions will go. Her emotions are what guide her. The only thing a woman trusts are her emotions. If you think she trusts you, that's an absolute lie.
I'm just gonna say, if you think we trust our emotions, you've never met a woman.
She might trust you.
Seriously. Never trust a woman.
Resources, but she will never trust you as a person. And she will never love you the way you love her.
We're incapable.
As Turtling Monkey has said so many times in one of his popular videos, and in a popular video that I've made myself, she will never love you.
Sounds like a ripoff of She's Just Not That Into You. The generic version.
MGTOW needs to understand that feminism has made women into a group of degenerates. This generation of women are degenerates.
You're a degenerate.
That's
I'm a degenerate.
true.
We're all
I'm a degenerate.
degenerates.
I don't think it has anything to do with the fact that I'm a woman, but I'm definitely a degenerate.
Yeah, we can't do anything.
They are not trustworthy. Trust them with your life. You gotta be kidding me. I wouldn't trust them with the kitchen knife.
Don't. Okay, fine. Most women, I don't know. Us.
You know, that's fair.
That is fair. I mean, I'm a pretty trustworthy person, but, you know, maybe it'd be a better idea to not.
You're a very trustworthy person when you feel like being trustworthy. If someone actually has your trust.
True facts. True facts.
I barely trust a woman to make me a sandwich. Let alone with my assets, with my resources, and definitely not my life.
Why are you trusting a woman with your life?
I mean, okay, one thing.
Like,
here's
he's talking about, like, women in general, not, like, would you trust a woman or a man to pull you back from the ledge? Like, why are you trusting anyone with your life? That's a stupid idea to begin with.
It's literally, okay, if this guy had a medical issue, he'd go to a hospital. The hospital mostly have women nurses. So I think
they would just die.
Yeah. He'd be like, no, it's a woman. It's a woman. She's gonna take my resources.
She's gonna kill me.
She can take my resources.
She's gonna take my plasma.
She could kill me. Yep.
She's gonna rob me blind.
They say something. They say that trust is something.
Ed said women are terrible. Fuck off, Ed.
Individuals are terrible.
We're terrible.
We're terrible, but like we know and accept that.
Yeah.
It's not because we belong to a terrible group.
Exactly. It's not because we're women. It's because
we've chosen to be bad people.
Exactly. It's because we're bad people. It's just because we're specifically bad people. That's just it. It has nothing to do with women. You know, honestly, I think that saying that all women are bad people is an insult to us because we are individual bad people and we're better than.
That is earned. But when it comes to women, never put your trust in a woman. Any man foolish enough to put his trust in a woman is a man that has not learned MGTOW, that has not taken the red pill, that is not seeing clearly, that is still stuck in the matrix.
You're stuck in the matrix.
There's some in MGTOW who say, I love my mother. They say that they love their mothers. But the truth of the matter is that even if you love your mother, don't think that she's any different than any typical woman. Don't think that you can keep your trust in her. Because the only reason why she would care for you is because she sees you.
Oh, of course, he's a shit ton of ads and all this shit. Because it's all about the resources.
I'm not even entirely sure that was like the end of a
Because the only reason why she would care for you is because she sees you as a utility and a resource. The more you say she loves you, the reality of it is that she sees value in what you can provide to her.
How much of a resource do you think your whiny ass really
You're her
is?
safety net. That's why she'll do things for you. That's why she'll be kind to you. But don't confuse her need to use you as an asset, her seeing you as an investment for love.
Yeah.
So she paid for your
Because
entire
she
life, but you know, you're an
will
asset.
never love you.
She will
You're a
never love
fucking
you. She
bitch.
will never love you.
No.
Okay, here's another one. Because you know, I hate us. All women want to steal your resources. And... oh, jeez. Shut up. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up.
Angry MGTOW here. And all women are like that. All women are narcissistic. All women will take your resources. All women will use you for everything you have and then leave you. All women will take advantage of you. All women only care about what you can do for them, not about who you are. All women will never love you. Let's not forget the video that I made and Turd Flinging Monkey made a while ago called She Will Never Love You. She will never love you because it's not within her nature to love you. She will never love you because she can never love you. She can never love you. Her brain is not wired for such a thing.
It's not wired.
She is wired to take your assets. She is wired to try to take advantage of you. She is wired to use you. This is the nature of women. They are wired to be deceitful, wired to be vicious, wired to use you, wired.
Who cheated on this guy?
Wired for this.
Apparently his mom was a bad person, so... so apparently his mom was not a very nice person, so that's why.
Because, well, my parents were mean to me as an excuse for being
yeah
all of this.
I mean, works for serial killers.
Oh, well, you know, that's fair.
You know, I mean, most of them have bad mothers. So, I'm still not 100% sure whether or not he has some actual lady skeletons in his closet. or in the mountain somewhere, Ted Bundy style. Or he's, dissolved
In
in
the base.
acid.
Going all the way back to H.H. Holmes, just really...
I don't know. Maybe cannibal. Maybe he's a cannibal. I don't know. He seems like...
Well, he seems very concerned with his resources, so he might want to retaliate and get some resources of his own out of his effort.
But anyways, we have both figured out that we gotta go.
We got shit to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah. This clusterfuck of a stream was a great experiment. And
experiment that will be revised and maybe repeated.
Probably repeated, yes. We're definitely repeating this shit. Because we're awesome.
Oh, damn.
So anyways, thank you all for joining me. And
nice to meet all of that girl's internet stalkers.
Yes. And yes, I will see all of you later.